Welcome everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. It's great to see you. And I'm very excited to be hosting this launch of this excellent new product, Verandas, today. I'm Russell Kingston. I'm the Managing Director for Spacestor USA. Today, we're going to be going through a number of different areas in relation to Verandas. It's a revolutionary new workspace product, and we're really excited to be sharing it with you. It's the result of months of development in Spacestor with Spacestor's renowned research and development team. And that's also included research and UX testing with some of our large clients and tech companies to get feedback on what's really needed in the post-pandemic workspace. We'll be looking at some of the design inspiration and innovation that's led to the creation of this product. We'll check in with some of the team that were involved in designing and developing it. We're going to have a complete product walkthrough so you can get a real sense of some of the possibilities that there are with Verandas. And we'll also look at how you can customize this. Spacestor's customizer is ready and live now, so you'll be able to customize Verandas to your unique requirements. Throughout the session today, please ask questions via the chat box or the Q&A. We'll try and answer what we can as we get to the end. There'll also be a recording available, so if you can't watch the whole thing or you have a colleague that's missed it, they will be able to catch up. So with that, I'm going to hand over to Nick Baxter, our VP of Global Research and Insights. He's going to take us through a bit of the inspiration that led to the development of this product, and then we'll watch a short video giving us a bit more background. So welcome, Nick.
Spacestor has always been associated with workplace innovation and what's new, adopting new ideas and providing for what's next. We've seen that in firsts in storage wall, in railway carriage as the first product-based collaborative booth, a first in Palisades, the grid system. And again, we have a new first today. What we've been doing for the last year or so is collaborating, discussing, getting insights from you, from designers, clients, about the upcoming needs. And those include remote working and hybrid working, collaborative, recharging human capital, re-engaging with our colleagues, so more collaborative spaces, providing for individual needs. So there's a great variety of individual needs and wants and provisioning for those. More sustainable products. So safe for us, safe for the planet, red list free product, and also more inclusive. So we're considerate for everybody in the way we go about design. And the biggest single need we've heard is flexibility, including experimentation with new workplace ideas, but flexibility for the future, because none of us know what the future is going to bring. We can design in future flexibility. So what we have today is Verandas. We're providing adaptive settings for progressive organizations.
Meeting rooms will never die. They're the places that bring people together, where the truly unique ideas are born. But does the traditional meeting room satisfy the needs of the future? It's expensive, fixed, and full of materials which are impossible to recycle. We are living out one giant workplace experiment. Leases are getting shorter, spaces are changing faster. So we need furniture that's movable, reconfigurable, and scalable. The meeting room has been one of the few exceptions until now. Meet Verandas, the meeting rooms you never throw away. We have created an engineered room system that is inherently sustainable, incorporates massive design choice, and is built for the future. Its modular design means any room variant can be disassembled and its component parts reused to create an entirely different structure. The durability of the system means this process can be endlessly repeated, eliminating waste. Here, we have a flexible, sustainable framework, able to adapt to the evolving needs of the workplace in a circular fashion. Verandas, the meeting room choice if you care about the future. Arrive, thrive, and leave without a trace.
So there we have it. Verandas, the meeting room that you never throw away. It's flexible, it's sustainable, and there's endless design customization for your needs. I'll now introduce Jack and Charmaine, who are part of the team that developed and designed this product. Over to you, Jack.
So the interesting thing about creating revolutionary new products like this is that we're constantly having to push the boundaries on what is currently possible and has already been achieved. So here at Spacestor, we're always looking to create answers for problems which haven't yet been solved in our industry, which means that we're constantly coming up against all sorts of development challenges across a whole range of different disciplines. This product, Verandas, was no different. That brought a unique set of challenges. One of the key things we had to address early on was the durability. One of the fundamental principles of this product is that it can be rebuilt and reconfigured multiple times across its lifetime. So we had to ensure that the materials we chose were durable enough to withstand this, and also that the components were designed in such a way that they didn't lose any structural integrity with every rebuild. We also had to ensure that the acoustic performance didn't degrade at all with every reconfiguration. And the acoustic part of this was a whole piece in its own right. Typically with this kind of product where we're creating a meeting room in a space, we're unsure of the floor condition. So many other legacy products will need a completely flat, finished floor to install on. Whereas with this product, we're never sure where it's going to be installed, and it may very well be installed across multiple locations across its lifetime. So we have to cope with many different floor types and levels. To overcome that, what we've done is created a patented acoustic seal, which runs along the bottom of the product and can cope with floor undulations of up to 20 millimeters. So that however big you make this product, however much you stretch it, whatever the floor is like, the acoustic integrity is maintained. That brings us on to the huge amount of room sizes that can be created with this system. So unlike fixed size rooms where everything is quantified and single sizes, with this product, we had to cope with huge roof spans down to much smaller spans for single person rooms. We had to create components that could cope with the larger spans and yet be broken down so we could use exactly the same components on the much smaller spans. Exactly the same principle applied with the electrical system. We had to be able to supply ventilation, lighting, and power to anything from one person up to 12 people in a meeting room. That meant we had to create a fully expandable electrical system, which could be grown along with the room. So as well as creating solutions for all of these functional aspects, we had to ensure we still offered a huge design choice. And that wasn't something we could just bolt on at the end. We had to incorporate that from the very beginning of the design process, didn't we?
Yes, that is something we felt was really missing from the market. As designers, we want to be able to make every project unique, tailoring the aesthetic to reflect many different brands, cultures, or teams. Being able to achieve this all within one system opens up many new possibilities for global project rollouts. A further aspect was the introduction of softer and more organic elements, with the workplace imitating the best parts of the home working experience using warm colours and biophilic materials as a visual cue to welcome and reassure. But this is best seen for yourself. Let's head to Alex in London to give us a walkthrough.
That's great, thanks. Hello and welcome to you all. My name's Alex Harvey. I'm Global VP of Sales with Spacestor, and I'm really excited to be taking you all on an exclusive product tour of this amazing solution that we're bringing to you today. So just as a bit of background, this product has been in development for a number of months now, including piloting with some of our key global clients. And we've worked really hard in understanding the challenges that business expect to face in the post-COVID workplace and ensuring that this product is 100% fit for purpose as the flexible meeting room that organizations need for the future. So the key areas that are addressed by this product are firstly, design choice. That's been coming to us loud and clear from many of our clients for a number of years now. Secondly, flexibility and the ability to change and adapt as the organization evolves. And finally, addressing sustainability. And once again, we'd love to invite you to engage with the conversation and the presentation we're going through today. Please use the Q&A box to put any questions in, anything that you'd like to know more about. And we'd love to help you understand more about this product as we go through today's discussion. So without further ado, I'd love to introduce you to Verandas, the meeting room you never throw away. So let's get to the room itself. And by its very nature, Verandas is modular and infinitely flexible in design and construction. So the whole Verandas product is made up from 24-inch or 600mm individual sections, which can be, in the future, can be swapped or interchanged or added to or reconfigured so that you have the future flexibility. So for example, this room behind me is a 6-person meeting room at the moment. We could actually collapse that and reconfigure that in the future into maybe a number of individual 1 or 2-person booths, or perhaps add to it and make it to a larger 12-person room. Or perhaps we could divide it and make it into 2 medium-sized meeting rooms. So by its nature, Verandas is sustainable by design. That means that through multiple product changes in the future, as the life cycle of your office evolves and changes, we can actually reuse all of these components. So by doing that, we're eliminating A, construction waste, removing all of the waste to landfill and the impact on the environment that that has, and B, we're reducing the cost to you as an organization. So it's a real win-win situation to the occupier and to the environment. Now, one of the great things about Verandas is the whole assembly process can be carried out using light hand tools only, so there's no need for extensive power tools and that kind of thing. And also the reassembly process, so if you were to dismantle and maybe move it around or change it and shift it in the future, you've actually got the opportunity for your own internal facilities or moves and changes teams to be carrying out those reconfigurations without the need for calling in specialist contractors. So with Verandas, we've got a huge amount of flexibility and choice over the look and feel and materiality of the product. So with this particular example, as you'll see, we've gone with a really warm birch ply, which gives you a very natural feel to the workplace. Now, we recognize that with every client that we work with, they've got their own unique brand, as well as maybe individual differences between global locations and the individual culture within each one of those spaces. So you've got the opportunity to completely change the look and feel by selecting, for example, a solid color instead of this wood grain. So this gives you a huge amount of flexibility and choice, not just now, but also in the future. So if, for example, you were to install a suite of rooms and spaces using the Verandas products now, but in 3 years' time, you could actually reclad and refinish those into a completely different look and feel, maybe reflecting the future design vibes you're bringing to your workplace, but in an incredibly sustainable way. Now, Andy, if you just step inside, we'll have a look at the material selection that we've gone with in this particular version of the product. So you can see we've got these grey fabric wall panels, as well as the ceiling panels. Now, those could be switched up for something completely different, whether it's different colours or completely different materials to transform the look and feel of the space and to give a unique environment that suits your organisation. So now we'll jump into some of the detail of the electrical plug and play system. So you'll see within this audio-visual module, we've actually got this complete electrical plug and play splitter. So what we're doing is bringing our incoming power, which incidentally is a single power outlet for each individual room. And then that will go to individual splitters. And as you'll see, we've got different circuits, whether that's for power, for audio-visual, for lighting, for ventilation. They can all be run on individual plug and play circuits, which means the whole installation and reconfiguration process is really simple. Now, before we step outside and look at some of the exterior finish options and accessories, I'd just like to briefly touch on this audio-visual module. Now, this is something that's super relevant right now, as no doubt many of your clients are also. We're looking at hybrid ways of working and how those hybrid meeting rooms, with some people joining the meeting physically, some joining the meeting digitally, can be as inclusive and equitable for everybody who's joining that meeting space. And we very specifically designed the audio-visual and video, particularly, aspects of this meeting room to allow that to happen in the best possible way. So now I want to jump to some of the technical details of the plug and play electrical solution, which has been designed to be as flexible and future-proof as possible. One of the most innovative features to the Verandas family is our unique room ventilation and cooling system. Now, what we're effectively doing is using the cable channels within the wall as our airflow channels, and that's actually something which has a design patent pending on it. So air enters the pod through the ceiling. So we have inbuilt ventilation fans, which are bringing in ambient air from the workplace around us and the open plan spaces. And then that air is continuously circulated within the room. And then of course is extracted through a grill at the bottom of each wall section, which then brings the air up inside the wall and then exits back out again. Other optional features to improve the air quality inside this pod include a UV cleaning system, allowing the incoming air to be cleansed, and also a CO2 detection system, which would then control the fan speed. So as we're looking above the ceiling here, you can see a number of things going on. So first of all, as I mentioned, we've got our unique cable route system, which gives us the ability to route power, data, and other accessories to anywhere within the pod using these predefined but very customizable cable channels. And of course, we've also got the air and ventilation routes to make sure that the air circulation is continuously bringing fresh air into the room and stale air out of the room. So what I want to show you now is how we've been thinking about the spaces that surround the verandas and how what we're creating here is so much more than just a meeting room. So we can use the exterior finishes to create a multiplicity of other space types, which becomes firstly a really efficient use of your real estate, but also a great future investment and allows you to create many, many different types of collaboration or personal working or focus spaces to complement the enclosed environments within the product itself. So as you'll see here, we've got a scrum working space using some of our bleachers, using this whiteboard for maybe team meetings, maybe daily huddles, maybe scrum working meetings, and just allowing people to come together to collaborate and to brainstorm. So now we're going to tour around some other exterior sections of the Verandas product, just to show you some of the other spaces that can be created using the exterior walls of the room product that we've just been looking at. So here we've got a kind of individual, maybe chill out type space, breakout type space, and complementing that relaxed vibe, you'll see we've also got these slatted roof beams, creating that open, relaxed look and feel to the space that we're creating here, just giving staff the ability to drop in, touch down, chill out. And then on the reverse face of this little nib here, we've also got this impromptu touchdown, maybe informal working type space. So you can see you've got a couple of meeting chairs where maybe two people could have a quick chat and a quick catch up. Or maybe you could just touch down here and catch up with your emails. And behind me, we've got this great pinboard option as well, where we could be maybe having some kind of collaboration or brainstorming session, and you could actually be fixing up your ideas and materials which help facilitate that conversation. And conversely, of course, this space could be something completely different. So we could have this as an enclosed space, maybe a phone or a video booth with an enclosed door, or maybe a touchdown space with a curtain across it, which gives you the ability to kind of have a semi-private conversation or to work in a semi-private way. Other options that we can put around the outside perimeter of the Verandas products include things like a touchdown booth, like for example, the Spacestor railway carriage, touch and go spaces with banquette seating, individual task working desks, maybe private working booths and other spaces like that, as well as bringing in other softer elements, for example, arches and curtains, to bring a more homely feel to the workplace than perhaps we've been used to in workplaces so far. So there you have it. Verandas, the meeting room you never throw away. And let me just remind you of those three principles built into the very core of the solution that this product provides: flexibility, sustainability, and design choice. Now that brings us to the end of today's product walkthrough. So thank you so much for joining us. What we're going to do now is walk you through some of the tools that Spacestor have developed to put the customization of this product into your hands. And we're also running a number of product tours later this week. So if you'd like to know more technical information about the product, maybe you'd like to discuss a project that you've got in mind, or if any of your colleagues missed today's presentation, we'd love to invite you to join us.
Thanks, Alex, and welcome. My name is Nick Steadman. Now, we're going to go from the real product now to a virtual product. As Charmaine was saying earlier, there are literally millions and millions of combinations that you can create with this product. And to do that, I'm going to take you to the Spacestor customizer to show you exactly what can be configured and customized using this product. So let's go to the customizer now. The first thing that can be changed is the actual unit type. So we have here either a single person pod or we have a multi-person meeting room. We're going to go with meeting room, and using these sliders here, we're going to configure this product 7 modules wide, 7 modules deep. You see here, we've got obviously 4 sides to this meeting room. And now we're going to run through a design and we're going to configure each of these 4 sides exactly as we want it. So let's take this one here, currently configured as 4 glazed panels. Using the configuration tab here, we can choose different options for this. And we're going to go for a moss wall. So each of these panels here can be configured as a moss wall like so. Spin this round, take this blank side here. We're going to create a different work arrangement on the edge of this meeting room. So let's go for touch and go 1. Select the option here, and I can apply that to this side of the meeting room. Now this serves as a dual purpose piece of furniture. Let's create a little alcove here, and either side of that, we'll add some cubbies and some lockers. So what you can see here is this single piece of furniture can actually double up, triple up, maybe even quadruple up into multiple uses. On this last side, we'll just have a little bit of fun here with the different upholstery options. And you can see we can add the upholstery panels, and then we can change the colors. So as you can see, the possibilities are endless. You see what I've done here. Below is a link to the customizer. Click on it, have fun, show us your creativity, and send them in to us, and we'll get a price back to you rapidly. Thank you. We're done, and back to you, Russell.
Thanks, Nick. That's great. And to remind all of us of those 3 key points around verandas, it's sustainable, not only in material choice, but because it can be reconfigured many times over. It's flexible, a whole kit of parts that can be built together in different ways. At the end of the day, none of us really knows what the workplace will look like in 3 years' time, but we do know that verandas will be able to adapt to meet that need. And finally, there's design choice. As you've seen just on the customization that Nick ran through, you can build a verandas that will meet your unique needs. There's many options, many configurations available. Another really exciting part about this launch today is that we're working on a partnership with DePaul International. They're committed to ending homelessness and improving the lives of those affected by homelessness. This chimes really well with us at Spacestor because improving lives has always been core to our values. A few interesting facts around DePaul. Last year, in 2020, they helped 23,500 people. They provided 750,000 meals, and they made 630,000 bed nights available. And we chose DePaul because they're international with global reach. So that means that no matter where you are in the world, when you buy a verandas configuration, you'll be directly contributing to improving the lives of homeless people in your region. So the product is going to be available now in the UK, and then in 3 months' time in October, it'll be available in the US. We'd welcome project discussions. So if you've got applications or things that have come to mind as we've gone through this presentation today, please reach out to us. We'd like to start having that conversation and understanding how we can help you with verandas. Now, we've had a few questions come in as we've gone through the event today. We can't answer them all, but I thought I'd just pick out a few to come back to you with. So the first one was, how long has this product been in development? So it's a bit over 18 months now. It was early 2020 when we started doing the initial prototypes for this. So it's been through a rigorous journey, through many hurdles. And as we explained at the start, it's had the benefit of feedback and testing by some of our clients. The second question that came in was, where was this product produced? Or where is it going to be produced? Well, we've got 3 main production locations, London for the UK and Europe, and then we have locations in Los Angeles and Philadelphia for the Americas. Another question was, could we incorporate the Residents Connect video booths with verandas? Well, Residents Connect is a specialist product designed from the ground up to be a brilliant video experience. So we can't completely recreate that with Verandas, but we can pick out some of the key benefits such as acoustics and ventilation and get some of those benefits into there. But what I would say is that as with all of our products, the different product families are designed to sit together happily. So you could put a Residence Connect alongside a Verandas configuration and they would look great together. And then will this be available in our showrooms? Yes, absolutely. So we've got showrooms in various locations and you'll be able to view those configurations in person and touch and feel and try them for yourself a bit later in the year. We're also hoping to have some in-person events again in the UK and in the US in Q4. So all things being well, we look forward to seeing you at those. But for now, it's goodbye. But we look forward to hearing from you and having those conversations around your projects and taking this further. So welcome to Verandas, the meeting room that you never throw away, and we look forward to talking with you further about it. Thank you all.